dangerous. Today we're playing Minecraft again. Yesterday and the day before that was a very sad day. We lost our companion. Anyways, let's welcome Boatman. What's good, Boatman? So apparently, if you give bread to villagers, they breed. So, bread for breeding, as they say. We have renamed this entire place to the village hidden in the barrels, or Barrel Village for short. If you're confused as to what happened, just rewatch the older videos. Give me some retention. Give me some retention. Where are the villagers at? Where are they at? Villagers? They were here last time, right, Kitty? They were here last time. I'm really sleepy, by the way. I didn't get much sleep last night. We also built the shrine. You know, it doesn't look like anything else, okay? This is the Barrel Man Mountain, and this is his shrine. It does not. Oh, there we go. It does not look like anything else. If you compare it to anything else, you will get banned. And this is where he spent his final moments. Hey, you, take some bread. Bro, take it. Take some bread. I need you to breed. Breed. Come here. Dog, take the bread. Yesterday you took the bread. Oh, you, take the bread. Take it. Yes. There we go. Do you need more? How many do you need? About how much bread do you guys need? I don't know. My friend told me I needed bread, and that's about it. Is somebody pressing something? What did I just hear? Did I make it happen? Go ahead, do it. Do the thing. I want to see it. I want to see it. Do the thing. Do it. Every time I say that, I'm reminded of that one scene from Breaking Bad when he's like, "Do it. Do it." If you haven't watched Breaking Bad, it's really good. Like, I thought it was just like, it's for the memes type of thing. I started watching it, like, I think, what was it? A year ago, maybe? Probably longer, I don't even know. And I binged it in 2 weeks. That's how good it was. Where's my wheat at? Where is it at? I know I had wheat. There we go. I need more anyway, so let me go get that. Today we're gonna talk about this. Really no topic, just a bit of a story time because I'm running out of topics. And well, I have some topics, but I don't just want to waste them all. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna give you. I'm gonna just give you guys some stories going forward. And then some updates on life. You know, like I was gonna say, I was gonna title this video relapse, but I feel like that implies addiction to something strong. So I'm not gonna do that. But yesterday, you know, I bought. You know, I didn't eat healthy. I bought pizza. You know what I mean? We bought pizza. I don't know. I wanted pizza. I hadn't actually had pizza for a long time because the last time that I did have pizza, which was like months ago, I got sick, and after that, I just didn't want pizza at all. Like I just didn't want it at all. You know, and you know we got some. Well, I got a slice. Like I don't think it was like a month ago, and then I was like, pizza is good. So, I got some. I know I'm saying I'm trying to be healthy. My bad. You know what I mean? I can't say it won't happen again, but what I can say is that I will try. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. That's all I can say, right? I'm gonna try. Anyways, today's story is about the first time that I got my arse beat up. This was in, I think, I like to say 7th grade. Yeah, that's probably the first time I ever got into a fight. But I don't really call it a one fight. I just call it a one-sided beatdown because I got my ass beat up for no reason. And when I say for no reason, it's not even that I didn't even look for it. It's not like I even knew the guy. I have a theory that I didn't think about at the time. Only like now that I'm older, that I actually think about it, I'm like, I think that's why it happened. Come on, guys, make it happen. Hurry up. Make it happen. I'm not in the business of charity. Is there only 2 left? Don't tell me there's 2 left. Is that it? Really? Hold on. Give me 1 second. We used to have like a full village. Cause we had yeah. Even when we had barrelmen here, we still had like 5 people jumping. There was a tree around here. I think I took it down. There were so many villagers. Holy moly. You know what? I actually gotta start being careful now. Oh. They're commemorating Barrelman. They surprised me. I would shed a tear, but I feel nothing for that man. They're commemorating him. I'm gonna keep you guys in here for now, because I will force you guys to breed in there. Sorry about that. I was gonna rub my hands, but then I felt like that would be too dubious, too devious. You guys remember the devious licks? Was I don't know. I wasn't in high school anymore for that. I kind of wish I was. Cause knowing the people around my school, bro, they would have done some crazy devious licks, bro. Was I? When was it? I graduated high school 2022. If you call me Unc, I will ban you. What did I say like that? I sounded like the TikTok fucking like voice effect. All right, it's a lot of cows. Milk. I need milk. Anyways, back to the story. So there was this kid. I almost said his name. I'm glad I didn't. There was this kid. He was a year older than me. Like also a grade above me. So he was in 8th grade. And pretty much, you know, we were in the same class. Now, the only time that you ever have classes with, you know, people that are pretty much older than you or in a grade above you is during electives. So this was gym. Is it gym or whatever it's called, PE or whatever. I don't have food. Sacrifice time, bro. Move. Sacrifice time. So this is during gym. Now, again, I have a theory as to what happened, and I will explain this in a second, right? But there was this kid who, I guess he didn't like me very much. For a second, I thought I was streaming. Oh my god, I got scared by the chat on Twitch. I don't think he liked me very much. I forgot why. I think one time I said something that was meant to be a joke, because I always like to joke around with people, especially at the time. Now I'm more quiet, but not because of that. I just became more quiet in general. But I was just kind of, I would just like to joke around sometimes, and I guess I said something that he didn't like. I don't remember exactly what it was, because I just don't remember. So I guess he just didn't like me, you know, which whatever. Like I wasn't around him. But he was cool with somebody that I would talk to. I wouldn't say that I was friends with, but I would talk to him. You know what I mean? Like, just because I didn't have really nobody else to talk to in that class, so I would talk to him, right? But I don't think he liked me either. And the reason I know this is because he was like, in Spanish we have a saying for certain kind of people. We call them chismosos, right? People that are like, they just love gossiping. They love stirring the pot. You know what I mean? And this kid, not the one that beat my ass up, the other one that I would talk to, he was pretty much like that. Like, keep in mind, he would play with fire. Like, he would, I remember one time, he tapped, I was like in the back of the line with him, right? Because he loves the chaos, right? I was in the back of the line, because we used to form lines in middle school, you know, because we were bad kids. I'm pretty sure y'all probably did that as well in your school. But we were in the back of the line. Kitty, please. And he tapped some random guy who was definitely way taller than me. And then I forgot what he said, but he said something along the lines of like that I called their mama bitch or some shit like that. And like that would have been my first ever fight if something happened. I was like, nah, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. And the only reason why he like said, nah, I'm just playing is because he was actually gonna do something about it. Like, keep in mind, like, you don't play with that type of shit in this where I'm from, bro. You don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't play like that. I don't know why he was doing that, right? Like, you wouldn't. I'm just telling you right now, bro. I come from a place where if you talk shit, even if you have a logical reason behind it, doesn't fucking matter, bro. You go get hit in the face, right? What am I doing again? Oh yeah, I'm gonna breed the villagers. Let me get more wheat. It's not logical out here, you know what I mean? So you don't play about that. But bro, he was playing with my life, and I was like trying to defuse it because this guys. I already said this. I'm short. I'm a short kid. You know what I mean? I'm short. In middle school, I was around the height of most people. Everybody grew, but this kid, he grew early, right? So he picked the wrong kid to say that to. I was like, bro, he's gonna get me beat up, you know. Well, he would keep doing that, and he would do it to other people, right? But he would especially do it to people that he knew would get some kind of reaction, right? And unfortunately, I was one of those people that back then I would give you a reaction, right? So whatever. Wait, what? Oh yeah, let me put some dirt on it. Yeah, there we go. So I'm the reason why I'm mentioning him is because the way that I got my ass beat up, I was literally just chilling, you know, at in the gym, right? I tend to daydream a lot. You know, I tend to just stand there just like an idiot, just in my own head, because I didn't have much friends. So I would just essentially create narratives and shit in my head. I will always do that, right? Sometimes I would just be standing there, you know, if I'm tired of sitting down. That's what I would do back then. Well, right, at some point, now this was around the time that, you know, the whole little disagreement thing happened with the guy, right? So I was gonna say my friend, the other guy, he went up to me and said, he said he's gonna beat you up, right? Like he literally told me that, and I'm like, I saw it in two different ways, right? One, he's either he's just lying, just to like stir up the pot, you know what I mean? And or if he's being honest about it, because I had never gotten into a fight before. Admittedly, I had an ego that I just couldn't back up at the time. I couldn't back that up at the time because I had never gotten into a fight. I had never been punched in the face before this. So I was like, okay. You know, I had this ego. I got checked pretty quickly because, again, I didn't think much of it. I guess because, you know, anytime they ever get into an altercation before that, nothing came of it. People just talk tough. You know what I mean? Again, there's people that would do something about it. There's people that would just talk shit and would probably throw down, but wouldn't really be the first one to do it because nobody really wants to get into that kind of altercation, right? Anyways, so I didn't think nothing of it. So I just went back to daydreaming. Out of nowhere, split second, right? It's like Luffy versus Lucci when he appeared, right? I probably shouldn't say that. The most recent fight. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. Sorry, spoilers, I guess. I don't know. I just see this guy, and then, boom, straight in the face. Sorry, straight in the face, and he knocked me down. Now, here's the thing about it. He kept going, and I just didn't get up. I didn't stand up. I didn't fight him back. I was so in shock because that had never happened to me before. It's such a weird feeling because maybe his punches hurt, but I don't remember they did. I only remember he punched me once, but I know that he did hit me more in the face before I kind of went down because he had popped my lip. So I was bleeding from my lip. I'm guessing because like I have like this weird tooth right here, and like it kind of popped like the inside here. I was bleeding. But I remember him punching me here, so I'm guessing he got me 2 times. I just didn't realize. I don't really remember that part. It just happened so fast. And yeah, I went to the floor. He started just like, I was gonna say stopping me out, but he was just kicking me. He was kicking me, and that whole time I was like, what the like I just didn't know what to do. I couldn't even think, right? And then once I got like once they removed them and I got up, I was like, I didn't do anything. I didn't even give a fuck that I got beat up. I was more so thinking I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything back. Because again, he didn't really go for a beatdown. Like it was just more of like, it was akin to a bully beating down somebody in a way. Because he wasn't going for my face. He didn't grab me and try to stop me out like that. Nothing like that. Like it literally, I don't know why. Like he didn't fully commit to the beatdown. I guess because I didn't fight back, so he kind of just, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. In a weird way, I do like. Well, actually, I'll talk about it in a second. Let me give you guys bread. Take that bread. Let me give you guys more bread, so you guys can breed. Bread for breeding, if you will. But yeah, so you know, I got my ass beat up, and then they obviously separated it, and then they took me to the office, and they were like, "Yo, what's going on?" And then apparently, and I feel like because of the nature of where we come from, I don't think the people in the office believe me. Because apparently, according to him, I don't know if he was lying. Again, I have a theory which I will get into in a second. Apparently, he said that I was talking shit about his mom, right? Which, another thing that I forgot to mention. Why are both of you guys here? I'm gonna have to move you guys. I was wondering where the iron golems were at. You guys are just stupid. Either that or they're just taking a shower. You are just dirty. Are you hurt? Okay. We need our iron golems, okay guys? You know what? I'm thinking of making like an iron golem army once I get a lot of iron. I still don't know how to do the compass, the homing compass to get home. Have you guys done anything yet? Bro, was my friend trolling me? Was he lying to me when he said that bread makes them breed? Because if I'm wasting my bread, I'm gonna switch down my friend. Switch him down, nephew. Am I recording the audio? Yes, I am. Okay, I had to make sure. So yeah, apparently I was talking shit about his mom. At least that's what he was saying. Again, I don't know if it's true. And I was just saying, hey, I didn't do that. He was like, I mean, if you did, then it's like, you want to press charges, whatever, like stuff like that. I didn't press charges, you know what I mean? Because I really just didn't want to make a deal out of it. I generally didn't. I think I was more mad that I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like I remember being so disappointed, and I felt like my dad was also disappointed in me because again, we have this pride and ego. And I was so mad. And to this day, I still don't know why I never got my get back. Genuinely at the time. And I'm so glad I didn't. Because I feel like that could have set the precedent for other bad habits. And like for myself. But I had genuinely thought about like running up on him. And they just, like when he wasn't looking, just boom. Like the same way he did me. But with something, with like an object. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm glad I didn't do that. But also, admittedly, a part of that is because of me experiencing that. I kind of did feel this. I'm gonna just keep it a bug with you guys. I felt this fear every time that he was around. He never talked to me. Like it was almost like it never happened to him. Like he didn't mock me about it. He was quiet. I guess because I just didn't do anything that he probably maybe felt bad. I don't fucking know, right? But yeah, he never mocked me about it. He never said, "Yeah, beat your ass," nothing like that. He never did that. Bro, one time we literally sat next to each other. And like I think about that, I'm like, I wished at the time. Obviously now I don't know what's right to think anymore, but I wish I had the courage to just like smack the fuck out of him. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it a buck. Like I'm like, get my get back. Even if I get my ass beat up again, at least stand up for myself. And I just didn't do that at the time. It is what it is though. I got my ass beat up and in my first ever fight. Again, I'm being honest when I said this. Besides a little small altercation that wasn't even anything, I was just like, oh, that was just playing around, my bad. I had never said anything to him to offend him. I had never talked about his mom. I would never talk about anybody's mom. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the unspoken rule type shit, where you come from, like where we come from. You don't speak about somebody's mom, or you can expect something to happen. You know what I mean? If I did talk about his mom, that was the reaction. That was the appropriate reaction Again, maybe you would see it differently, but that's kind of how it is. Like, so, but I didn't. I didn't talk about his mom. But damn, what I mean, that shit was tough. Does bread really make? I'm starting to second guess it right now. But anyways, back to the chismoso, the guy, right? I'm gonna just call him chismoso, right? So again, he told me that he was gonna, like, he pretty much told me beforehand that was gonna happen. Again, I don't know if the guy made up a story to have some type of, what's the word, not alibi, to have like a reason for him to do that. I don't really know what was the, where you come from. I don't know if he was lying about that, but if there was some element of truth to that, in the sense that he believed that I really said something about his mom, I'm starting to think that maybe, just maybe, it was probably the guy. I almost said his name. The guy. He probably went up to him because, again, he loves stirring the pot. He just loved doing that. You know what I mean? I have a feeling that he went and told him that I had said something about his mom, and that's what prompted him to do that. To just eventually go beat my ass up. As a man, like, it's kind of tough to admit that, because you're essentially admitting to getting your ass beat up, and it wasn't even from being jumped or fighting someone that's way taller than you. We were about the same height. I just hate that I didn't, because I don't even know if I stood a chance in an actual fight with bro. You know what I mean? Like, because I just didn't do anything. I literally just took it. And then that's all I could think about after that. And even to this day, I still think about that. I still think about, like, I just didn't do anything. I just took it. And it didn't even hurt. That's the thing. I was so in shock that I just got my face punched. You know what I mean? I was so in shock that happened that I didn't even think about fighting back. Like, I've gotten punched after that, and it like, you feel that shit, bro. Like, I don't know if you've ever been hit in the nose or punched in the nose. It's a different type of feeling. It doesn't feel good, right? Again, his punches didn't hurt. It was just how it happened. He just got me out of nowhere. I didn't even have a second to react. You know what I mean? I already have shit reaction speed, okay? My reaction time is slow. I'm stupid, okay? So imagine, I already have shit reaction time. I'm just copying at this point. I get it. I know. Look, guys, I wish I could talk to you guys about the times that I have won, but I feel like that's not productive. You gotta talk about the times you get beat down. And I feel like at some point I should let it go, right? I should let it go, that, because I was in 7th grade, bro. I don't even know where bro is at in his life. You know what I mean? I just think about that. It's funny because I think about this, right? I don't want to be a victim. I don't want to think of myself as a victim. I got my ass beat up. You take it, and that's what it is. That's just the reality of the situation. You can't take that back. You know what I mean? It just sucks. It just sucked. One of the things that I don't know, maybe because I come from like a different type of place. I feel like every time I say this, I feel like that one picture of a nerdy white kid with glasses. Like, yeah, I'm from the trenches. Like, that's how I feel, because I just don't seem like the type of person, I don't think so, at least, to come from where I say I come from. Fair. I don't need the validity. I'm just telling you guys my story. I'm just telling you guys my life. I ain't trying to be something I'm not. I know what I am. Cave. Where'd I put you know what? I'm gonna put sign 300. Yeah. Someone's gonna discover this years later. Hell no, that's thunder. Hell no. We know what kind of spooky shit happens during thunder. Hell no. I don't want Hero Brian to pull up. I don't want to be touched by Hero Brian. Or maybe I do. Maybe I do. One of the things that I'm going to teach my kid, if I ever have a kid, well, I can't have a kid, but if I ever become a dad, is I'm gonna teach him to defend himself, but I don't know, have control of his emotions. The last thing I want is for my kid to get bullied, because I went through that when I was, elementary, and then like not high school, sorry, middle school. Not completely though. It wasn't like bad, because again, like at some point I had to start defending myself, and I understood what I had to do, even if I meant I lost. But like I would mostly hang around like the nerdy kids, and I see how people would treat them. I kind of regret that I didn't defend them. You know what I mean? I only defend myself, and it's weird. Like I wish that I would be like, don't talk to him like that. And if it turns something, it would turn to something. But I don't want people like again. Maybe I just come from a different area. People, you might hear this out and be like, why are you fighting? Just talk civilly. Just be civil, guys. Can we all be peaceful? Nothing wrong with that. I think that's the best way to go about it. That's the type of mentality I try to have now, which is why I don't like getting into altercations. I just think you gain nothing from that. Even if you do beat somebody up, you know what I mean? If you were in the wrong from the get-go, it won't change that. You know what I mean? I didn't do nothing to that guy. There was no reason for him to do that to me. And I could look at it from many perspectives or say, man, I felt like a bitch because I didn't do anything about it. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Even if I fought back, and even if I won, like, what does that prove? It was just for no reason. All that happened for no reason, right? I don't know, like, I struggle with mindset. It's almost like I'm two people sometimes. Like, where are they at? I struggle to really understand how to truly feel. No, you escape. Fuck. And I just cursed. Less views. No, algorithm, please. No, algorithm. But yeah, I'm gonna teach my kid to defend himself. But also to never put his hands on people for no reason. And understand that if you're gonna do it, it's because you're doing it because you have to defend yourself. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just what it is. Oh, good boy. Good boy. All right. Now go ahead and breed. Did I just hear a tiny one? Oh no. Bro, I'm so confused. I might actually have to do research on this. Why aren't they doing what I want them to do? Yeah, chat, that was my story of my first ever fight. Got my ass beat up. Keeping it in a buck. Not really a topic. It was just that. Just a bit of a story time. I should probably do more story times if you guys like that kind of stuff. Anyways, I will always say this at the end of every video. If you have a dream, go after it. You're only getting older. Time is moving forward, and you're gonna regret the time that you didn't spend locking in. I didn't want to do this video today. I didn't want to do anything today. I woke up. I felt tired. I wanted to stay in bed. But here I am. So, at the end of the day, bro, just lock the F in. You can make it happen. Believe that you can make it happen. And I know it's hard. Trust me. I have a friend that I tell him all the time he can make it happen because he's way smarter than me. And I believe that. But he's just not doing it for himself. And I'm like, it takes time to genuinely believe in yourself. But you have to believe any negative thoughts that you have about yourself that you can't do it. Yes, you can. You can make it happen. Just be consistent. Consistency is doing something that you love every single day. Every single day. As much as you possibly can. Consistency isn't a straight line. It goes like this. Some days you do more. Some days you do less. But as long as you're doing something, you're at least trying. And that's admirable. Keep doing what you're doing. And I hope that everything goes well for you. I've made really a lot of bad decisions in my life. But here I am now. I am a product of that. For better or for worse. I hope that you have a fantastic day.